Hey there, we are back. Live stream number 2 in one day. Yes, it's happened again. And oh my God, it happened for a great reason. We are definitely going to get into this with Aubrey. There's a hell of a lot to go through here. Yeah, dogs know I'm talking, so that means, of course, they have to have treats. Um, and they already got the big treats, so they get stuck with this now. So, which of course that one doesn't want because it's not the good treats that she likes. So, but Aubrey's case, guys, we are definitely, I'm going to give a little bit of time for people to get in here for the live and everything. For those of you who are watching on the replay and don't want to hear this little bit, we are going to real quickly, I've got some, oh my God, okay, real quick, here it is. What's that for a picture? We actually got, I'm going to show this picture and one more thing that came out about Seraya from earlier today. We had a live earlier. Seraya, Nadia, and Aaron were found in Mexico. And a few minutes ago, I was checking everything up one more time before I went live, and I came across this picture and literally wanted to burst into tears. I am just so full. I don't know what I can say about it. Just this is amazing. This is just amazing to see. I'm just like crazy. And also I'm going to share that with you. And then before we go into Aubrey, because I want to talk about Aubrey, and guys, we can't talk about Aubreigh Wyatt, Heather Wyatt, without talking about bullying. We can't talk about it without talking about harassment, mental health, um, taking responsibility for one's actions. All of that goes into it. I mean, there's so many things. It took multiple pieces of paper for me to figure this one out today. So we are definitely going to do that. And I'm hoping to have a lot of you guys hang out in chat and talk to us about, in fact, I asked the question that I asked for everyone in chat right now is, have you ever been bullied? Whether it is as a child back in school, preschool, preschool, yeah, I guess, but junior high, high school, or even as an adult, because I got news for you. Bullying continues into our adulthood. It does. And however, before we do that, because I do want to get people in here so we can talk. Yeah, Robin, all your life. And by the way, I haven't said hi to everyone. I've been looking at you guys in there. So yeah, all your life. Okay, Robin is saying. And bitch talks. How you doing, bitch? And okay, Cassie. And awesome, you're listening. This is going to be an interesting one because the case itself is about 9 months old, but it's just kind of blown up again. And many people who don't know about the case are learning about the case. And yeah, bullying continues. Bullying, it's just frustrating beyond all get out. So we are going to get into that. However, real quick, there was one other person I wanted to say hi, and that's Mama Jane. Mama Jane was in at the beginning, and I think she'll be back. We'll see if she's still awake. And also, I miss having you around, my dear. I love it when I get to see some of the old timers, the OGs in here. Divergent Collective, how you doing, my dear? Welcome. And bitches, I'm good. Hope the same for you. And I heard from Aha and AJ, this is going to be actually an interesting one. I think you'll have things you can add to it too, because it's once we get beyond what we're this picture here and all the discussion, especially the discussion on the bullying side of things. How do you get justice when it involves bullying? What is it? Because I think right now, honestly, the way we are going about getting justice in this case is wrong. Okay, on many different levels. But let's get into that. However, first, yeah, you guys, I've had this gorgeous picture up for those of you who may patriotism. How you doing, my dear Aunt BC? I got two of my faves right there, BC and patriotism. How you two doing? And guys, if you don't remember who this little cutie is in that picture right, that is Seraya. Christola, I love you, girl. Love you. I was hoping you'd make it to this one. And I love you, my dear. That's our little Seraya. As you guys may have caught in my earlier live today, on July 4th, Independence Day, it looks like, the three were found in Mexico. Aaron Aung, Nadia Cole, and Seraya. They were brought back. I have a bunch of different pictures to show y'all. Let's see if they show up. Yeah, found safe. These were the pictures when Aaron was arrested. Nadia is in questioning right now. They're all three on American soil now. However, yeah, definitely Christola. And Aaron is in custody now. Okay, pretty much close to kidnapping. Okay, yes, he had custody, but he kind of ruined that. So, it's amazing though to see this right here. Oh, not that one, this one right here. That is Seraya with her mom. Okay, Joy, I love you, my dear. I love you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I think really appreciate. And who all got a gift? Who all got a gift? We've got, make sure you guys, the 5 of you who got a membership, say thank you to our dear Joy. By the way, hello, Joy. That was a welcome in. Yeah. High Priestess is, hey, High Priestess got one. Patriotism. Robin got one. BC and Mo. Woo-hoo, we got it. Yes. And thank you. And so right away, as soon as the Seraya got back on, okay, in Arizona, if I recall now, her mom headed straight down there. This is mom, Samara. Samara is with her little girl now. I did send a message and I did hear back from grandma. Grandma has not actually been in physical connection with Seraya yet, but has talked to her on video, on phone and all, which is just so amazing to hear. Oh God, I'm just so beyond happy right now on this case. However, the one other side of it that we did not get to address yet, and that was Nadia. This just came out about an hour ago, okay? And I did want to bring this up because a lot of us were wondering what's going on with Nadia. We know Aaron was arrested. We know baby girl is back to mom. Okay, but here, this was put out by Nadia's family, from the parents and family of Nadia Cole. As you guys know, Nadia disappeared at the airport after she told her parents, or mom, I'm going to the bathroom, and then she disappeared. They thought she had been kidnapped herself at first, and then we find out later on, no, she actually was with Aaron. On July 4th, our daughter Nadia Cole was found safe and unharmed by Mexico police and was safely transported to the border to re-enter the U.S., where she voluntarily came back to her parents. Since her return, Nadia has been fully cooperating with authorities to help locate and aid in the safe return of Aaron Aung and 2-year-old Seraya Aung. She is recovering from her ordeal at a secure private location. Guys, we need to look into this more. I'm not sure if there's some semantics here that aren't quite making complete sense. I was thinking all 3 of them were found, but based off of this, I'm getting the feeling that Nadia may have left and escaped to get help. Because if you go look in here, since she returned, she's been cooperating with authorities to help locate and aid in the safe return of Aaron and Seraya. Is it just me, or are they saying that she came back first? If so, Nadia, thank you. Okay, I know Nadia will never see this whatsoever, but thank you. Okay, because she had, and we kept saying that to Nadia, she had the capability of bringing them back. And that is that. Okay, good. It's not just me. That's what it's looking like to you guys too. And it's weird. Continuing on, details of the circumstances that led to her disappearance remain part of an ongoing investigation. We're going to find out someday. I know. And we trust that more information will be released as deemed appropriate by the investigating agencies. We are eternally grateful for the dedicated officers and detectives of the FBI, Port of Seattle Police, and the Pullman and Moscow Police Departments who worked diligently to ensure Nadia's safe return since she was reported missing on May 29th. Today is 7/8, July 8th. July 4th is when she was found. We would especially like to thank Security Services Northwest for their initial role as a central hub for tips and information as the missing persons case was progressing. Okay, the Cole family, in my eyes, okay, they did what we see so many families do. They allowed the police to do what they needed to do. They stayed quiet, okay, and all that. They didn't do what the Aung family did, or okay, that's another whole issue. The Aung family pretty much went the way of let's assassinate characters. Okay, no, no. Okay, at least in this case, it looks like at least on the surface they were working with family, with the police and all. To our friends, neighbors, colleagues, and the hundreds of friends and acquaintances of Nadia, we don't know how we could have coped with this situation without your love and support. Thank you. Love, Kirk and Beata Cole. And they were missing their daughter. They had no idea what happened, what was going on. Christola, this is kind of a weird one. I know you've been kind of out working with other stuff lately. I'll update you, but yeah, that was my exact thought too, Crystal. What a meaning for Independence Day, right there. Mama Jane's back. Welcome back, my dear. So, guys, that is interesting. Did she reappear first and was able, because those of you who were with me in the earlier live when all this was breaking, it looks like they were found literally just a couple miles from the border. Okay, it was close. They did not go that far. And they say Aaron and Seraya were found at a checkpoint. So interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what comes of that. However, all that matters to me is this one little picture right here. That's all I need. That's all I need. The rest of it will come in court transcripts and stuff like that later on. That's all I need. Those two smiles. Okay, those little cheeks of Soraya's get me every single, her eyes, her big, big eyes, they get me every time. So that I wanted to start with as people got in here and before we got going on this next bit. Let me see how we are doing on the poll with people coming in. I don't want to end it yet. We've had 11 votes and the answer is pretty much what I expected. I asked the question of everyone as they came in, and if you have not answered yet, please take a second and answer. Were you ever bullied during your school years or even adult years? We've got 11 votes right now. Of that, 91% are saying, yeah, I was bullied. At one time or another, I was bullied. 9% said no. And sometimes I think bullying and stuff like that is also there. Oh, will do, Seal. Will do. I'll take a look at that. Thank you, my dear. And Seal has been really helpful with answering questions and clarifying things and stuff like that. Let me just make sure I got the right thing right here. Got it, my dear. I think bullying in general, there's different levels of bullying, I think. We've got everything from really, really like what happened here in Aubrey's case. Aubrey, you can see right up here in the picture here. This is Aubrey and her mom, Heather. What happened to Aubrey was bullying of the nth degree. Okay, Aubrey was not only bullied by multiple classmates of hers, she was essayed and nothing was done. Her mother reported it and all that. Nothing was ever done by the school or anything like that. Her mom reported the bullying. Nothing was ever done. Her mom tried, her family tried to support her. Her friends tried to support her. We talked about this a little bit on Friday about the bullying and the culture of bullying in this location. There were multiple people who, after Aubrey, for those of you who haven't heard the end of the story, Aubrey last fall unalived herself. She had reached a point where she felt the only way out was that way out. And what came out of that afterwards is a culture of accepted bullying, something that I think we see in general. Because what's the first thing you hear when you hear about a child being bullied in school? A lot of times we often will hear, well, kids are kids. Okay, how many times we've heard that? Kids are kids. And yeah, kids are kids. But guess what? Adults are adults, and adults can tell a child, no, that's not acceptable. We're teaching you the rules and the ethics of being an adult. That's what childhood's about, is teaching. And you've got to stand up. In the case of Aubrey, and we're going to go through a lot of this because I know a lot of you guys, just in talking to you guys, I know there's been a lot of bullying that a lot of us have had. I think all of us at some level have dealt with something that someone else may have called bullying, whether we felt it was bullying or not, because different people see different things as bullying also. Okay, someone who has been bullied to the 100th degree might not see something low level bullying as even bullying, because they're like, hell, I would love for that any day compared to what I've had. And so this live is going to be kind of a combination of the normal true crime, going back to discussion about mental health and how we address these different things. AJ is here saying, if that was my child, I would have pulled them out of school, either moved out of state or did homeschooling. And that's one of the things I think a lot of families try to do. Unfortunately, and not giving people excuses or things like that, sometimes, in this case, actually, mom was a teacher in the school district. Okay, so sometimes our jobs are tied to things and all, and a lot of us would love to do things, but because of jobs or whatever. For example, me, my dad was in the Army. He did not have the ability to up and go without leaving the military and all that. And but all of us have, some people have those abilities, some don't. I do know the family is trying to move right now, and they have moved out, just not that far. There's also sometimes you stay in certain areas because of family. Okay, you've got your support system of an extended family, but you might not have it other places. Um, but a lot of what happened in this case is after Aubrey, okay, unalived herself. Robin is saying she was bullied by a group of people her whole life because my parents smoked and I lived in a Mormon community. There, all of us. I know the majority of people here that I've talked to. Actually, many people have had something or another that they themselves called bullying or other people would have called bullying. And so, oh yes, I do, Crystal. I got some Nightbot stuff. And the fact that there's a conflict of interest in it, yeah, and that's where, okay, I'm gonna move us to continue moving this story on, and I do have an article and a few videos to show, because AJ just hit this right on the head. There are some massive, massive conflicts of interest in this case. And I think that is honestly, I think what just happened, and for those of you who know the case, I'm talking about mom has now been silenced legally. I think now mom is being bullied, in my eyes. That's how I see this, is now the parents are bullying and doing it by using the legal, okay, areas. So what happened, to give you guys a quick overview, after poor Aubrey passed away, okay, unalived herself due to just too much, okay, the bullying. And yes, guys, bullying alone doesn't cause unaliving. Okay, but the bullying affects the mental health aspect of things. Okay, and we all know that age, 13, 14, okay, 12, okay, it's a hard time. You don't need the extra heartache of being bullied and not feeling like anyone's doing anything about it. And that's where I think a lot of the issue comes with bullying. If you're bullied as a child, okay, would it make a difference to you if you were bullied? You guys in chat, you guys in replay, type in comments. If you were being bullied and the school district made a point of saying, this stops now. So and so, so and so, so and so, you are being given a 3-day suspension, whatever. Okay. Would that make you feel at least you've been heard as compared to if they ignore it completely and they say, oh, we don't do it. We have a zero bullying. Okay. Zero tolerance bullying allowed here. Yet you know for a fact you're being bullied, because one of the things I found from this area, Ocean Springs, is that many, many kids have talked about being bullied, and they have programs in place to address the bullying or report the bullying. But is it being addressed? And Robin is saying yes. BC is saying yes. Yes, to an extent. And that's a fair answer. That's a fair answer. Your oldest two always took up for people being yeah, and that's what's amazing. And that was the problem in this case. This girl, other girls, okay, we watched a video on Friday of a girl who went to the school 10 years ago and was bullied. And you could still see the emotions in her where she felt like she was, you could hear her voice break. This stuff stays with you. And others, okay, I've seen on TikTok someone, okay, yes, we don't know for real who these people are they really from the school or not? But people saying, I went to that school and bullying was a huge issue and nothing's ever, they say they're doing something about it, but they're not. But what we do know is what we're seeing right now in this case. So Aubrey unalived herself last fall. When she unalived herself, her family was left to pick up the pieces. Her best friends were left to pick up the pieces. And her mom tried to do what she could to make something good come out of something truly horrendous. I said this on Friday. I've always been the type that I'm like, if something bad happens in my life, I want to at least try to find a silver lining or a way I can help other people or something like that. So, for example, being a survivor myself, okay, of other stuff, I've tried to use that as a way to help other people. Okay, that's what her mom did. That's what Heather did. Hey there, how you, Christine? Welcome, welcome. And no problem being late. You're Hawaiian to me, that's all. She took to the internet, okay, and she started talking about the effects of bullying on children, adults, on humans. What does bullying do to someone? That's what she talked about. She wanted people to know they were not alone, that there were people there for them. She never gave the names of the people who had bullied her daughter. Okay. She never came out and said, this person, and this person did this, and I want you all to go after them. Never did that. What she wanted to do was make a difference with bullying. And she took to TikTok, she took to Facebook, she took to the internet to do just that. The problem occurs because in any city, especially a small city like this, the city that they lived in is a city where people know of people, things like that. And it doesn't take a genius to figure out who's behind something. And they did figure out who was behind that. Anyone at the school knew who was behind the bullying. And whether or not her mom went live, okay, and tried to help with bullying or not, people knew what had happened in that school. And you're a survivor and you forgive those. And that's me too. I forgive. I forgive because it's the only way I can move on. And but I'll try to make a difference in other people's lives till my dying day. And so let's see what else. Mama Jane was, I was bull. Oh, the rest of that, I was bull. Oh, hon, I am so sorry. And that's kind of what happened in this case, Mama Jane. You were almost one of Aubrey's of the world, and you chose to forgive, as you said. And I'm sorry you went through that, hon. All of you who are sharing your stories, it takes a lot of bravery to share a story, gang. So locals spoke up. People who may have been abused by the same people, okay, harassed, bullied by the same people, spoke up. The names of the girls who were involved, and I am not going to name their names, guys. I don't agree with that right now. I really don't. Okay. Their names got out there. And the problem is, as we know with the internet, the moment things like that get out there, and there are some people who it's like, okay, yeah, this person, okay, you know the name and it's a fact out there, how I see things. Yep, this is the facts. These are the facts of the case. And you know what? The justice is that of mom and the family to get. Mom and family have the right to go after that justice. And they choose to do that legally. They choose if they want to go after a criminal case or a civil case or anything, they can do that. And but they never wanted these girls harassed. What's unfortunately happened at this case now is that many people, and I think honestly, a lot of times the people who are doing this, a good number of them have been bullied themselves, and they see this as a way to get even for them being bullied if they can get even on the other. And the problem we've now run into with this is that with the girls' names out and stuff, people are bullying the girls back. And trust me, what the girls did is wrong. And I will stand on that till the day I die. Okay. I will not tolerate a bully. I will stop them if I see I know. And but when what is happening to these girls is happening, this okay, this is something that okay, people are talking about live like Aubreigh would, live like Aubreigh Wyatt. Aubrey's best friend is like, guys, you're crossing lines now. What are those lines being crossed? Well, doxing, sharing out the phone numbers of the house, the address of the house. These are houses with children in it and out there and can see these addresses and might decide to go take, okay, justice into their own hands and hurt someone. They are having pictures, their faces put up and messages sexualizing them, things like that. They are having pizzas delivered to their door, okay, stuff. So the full range of bullying. And to me, bullying the bully is not going to help the issue. Two wrongs don't make a right. And what's happened now on top of that is it's giving the families of those four ammunition to go after mom, which is what they've done. And now some of what, let me share some of this on, let me see where I am on this. Okay. Sorry, my dog's barking, so hopefully everything is working the way it needs to work. Let me come up here first and actually let me do this. And then we're going to come back and we're going to read an article after we're done with this next part. However, the girls, after, okay, Aubrey unalived herself, the bullying continued, even online. And this is why I'm saying hey, what's wrong is wrong. And you stand up on it, but you got to do it in the right way, guys. Okay, would you be proud of the way that you respond if Aubrey was across from you and you had to tell her what you did? And so this is what they were doing. They actually took a doll, painted her with blood and stuff like that, making it look like blood. Okay, and they set her up in the way that Aubrey unalived herself and put it on TikTok. Now, what upsets people when they're looking at justice is, where is the responsibility being put? Okay. These girls continued going to school. They were never given a suspension. We're not seeing anything like that. And yeah, no remorse whatsoever. And you see this over and over and over. People were seeing this. And what happened is internet land sees this. We don't need to be told by mom any names, because common people who live in the area know what the names are. And people get angry. So instead of a parent, and I'm sorry, I hold the parent responsible at this point, and that's exactly Mama Jane. That's it. Seals back. Yay. Mama Jane, you hit it on the head here. Where the hell is a parent in these cases? Well, one of the parents is the assistant superintendent of one of the school districts right there. That's where one of the parents is. Okay, so why isn't there? Yeah, exact. Got to take a second, calm down. And that's what I have to do with myself. Children can be cruel. Children can be cruel. Childhood is this time where we are learning where boundaries are for behavior. What is acceptable, what is not. Okay, if a child goes up to another child and hauls off and hits them in second grade, they're going to be told that's not acceptable behavior. So when, a teen or a preteen goes up and slaps another preteen, which happened, one of the bullies did that to Aubrey. Where are the messages from the parents saying no? Especially, and I said this before, I come from a household where my family my dad ran the military base we were on at one point. I was held to a higher standard. Did I like it? Hell no. I hated being held to a higher standard. But I knew damn well my behavior reflected on my dad. And the main abuser in this case, her behavior reflects on her dad, who happens to be connected to the school system. Nothing happening. Video like this put out, nothing happening whatsoever. And it's cruel. It's disgusting. I'm sorry, this right here is pure depravity. All it takes is one ringleader, and that's what happens. And in this case, that's exactly what happened. You had one ringleader, who kind of everyone else surrounds. And if that person gets away, and you know what? If you get away with a behavior enough times, it's acceptable. And that's what tended to happen in that case, is that people, got away with it. It was acceptable behavior to do this. It was acceptable behavior to talk about a schoolmate on the internet or things like that. Yeah, it's like a IRL, a Pretty Little Liars. Yeah, exactly. It's sickening to see what happens there. Now, this continued, and like I said, honestly, guys, I don't agree at all with bullying the bully. It's not up to us to bully. Two wrongs don't make a right, guys. I listened to Aubrey's best friend do a 5-minute TikTok, And in that 5-minute TikTok, she's like, this is not the behavior Aubriegh would want. Okay. Welcome, Whiskey. Oh, yes. Green team is it. Welcome, 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 my dear, by the way. And I agree with bullying the bully. Don't agree with it, but the bullies need, and that's the issue here. That's what is needed. If mom and dad are not going to, and this is, I think, what's happened in this case, parents aren't holding their children responsible. Children's behavior continues, and that's one way you can kind of see it. If the children's behavior is continuing and you don't see them being pulled off of sports teams or having their internet taken away, or hell, even the school stepping up and saying enough's enough and we're going to stop something now. Okay, you're at the point where you are talking about legal justice. The problem is legal justice is done by the families, not us. And we don't have the power over the legal justice. But our actions can hurt legal justice. And that's what's happened in this case, because what's happened now is about a couple weeks ago, okay, this video was shared out. Let me pull this up. When Aubrey passed away, she did not, her family, people were asking, had she left any goodbye notes or anything like that? Some of the stuff that we're pretty often used to seeing. And initially, there we go. Initially, the answer was no. There were no notes left from her or anything like that. Christine is saying, I have read so many young people taking their own lives because of bullying. Something has to be done. And that's what I gave huge props to this mom for doing. This mom had taken it on herself to try to do something about bullying. She herself said over and over how many times she would receive a letter from someone who said, I've decided to stay, thanks to you. And now, exactly, Whiskey Rose, you hit it on the head. This is the mom who has now had a hush put down on. All of her social media had to be taken down, according to the court system, because the parents of the kids decided that they needed to go after her legally because their kids are now being bullied. And it's sickening. People piss the whole exactly sleuth. And I'm trying to go through the whole case and give all different sides of it and everything, but people miss the whole reason why mom was here. Okay, mom was here to say, let's not lose another kid to bullying. Okay, I can't do anything to get Aubrey back. I wish she could, but we all know that's a forever decision that's made. And so she's left trying to make something good come out of her daughter's death. And now think about these kids who have written letters saying, I've decided to stay because you were out there giving a voice to those who've been bullied and being told, you're okay, you'll be okay. And who isn't going to hear that message possibly now because of that? It makes no sense. So what happened a few weeks ago is, as I said, there were no, and guys, be prepared for this. This can pull you to tears. It's pulled me to tears multiple times, this next video. Mom had said that they had never read or received any notes from Aubrey saying goodbye. They thought nothing had been left. She had made that decision not to leave any notes. As I mentioned earlier, they had made the decision to go ahead and move to a new locale. As they were doing that, they decided to start going through her room. Anyone who's ever lost someone knows what that's like, going through. I still have tons of my dad's Aloha shirts in here. They're all in there because I can't go through his Aloha shirts because they mean so much to me. In fact, I might make a quilt out of them at some day. And they went through and they're like, okay, what do we keep? What do we not keep? We can't keep everything. We're moving to a new house. And she had this area full of keepsakes and notes and stuff like that. And they started going through them, reached in and found a stash of envelopes, sealed envelopes that had names on them: mom, dad, sister's name, brother's, best friend's name, and hearts on them. And they opened it up. And I'm telling you that now because as I play this, this is mom finding the notes. As they realized what was going on, they went and grabbed and started recording. And I mentioned some people like, why would people record something like this? Well, I talked on Friday about a mom whose baby girl was killed in daycare when the daycare person gave her too much Benadryl. And she recorded her last moments with her baby, holding her baby. And people do things because that's part of their healing process. Okay, it's just who we are now. And Jordan, yeah. And that's why if I can make this as emotional right now for you now, it might make it easier when you see it because it is hard. The vocals that come out here, only Mama Jane gets it. When your son drowned, his friend that was with him thought you hated them. They came to the funeral, you hugged them and told them that you loved them. I told them if he would have pulled one of them under the water, okay, he would have pulled them under the water and killed them too, probably. And I love you, Mama Jane. That's why I know you've been through a lot. And you know what this mom went through. And so I'm going to play it short, really short. It's only 9 seconds long. But this, I think, is what set off the next step. And that's why I'm sharing it. Okay, let's see. Here we go.
Please, no. No. Oh my God.
Oh, you got. That's literally what it is. Go back one time. Play it one more time. Oh, I went too far back. Anyhow, that's actually her at the burial site, having to bury her baby. Long story short, she posted that video. And within a short time period after that, she receives a notice from the court system that she's being told that she has to take down all of her social media, all of her accounts, all of her messages, all of her healing process to address her heart being torn apart when her daughter unalived herself. She's been told she has to pull all this down. And the reason why she's being given is because it's pushing people who bully the children who bullied her child to death. And it has not even been a year. Exactly. I got news for you. Mom has not shared those names. The reason why those names are out there is because of the behavior and how people who lived nearby, went to the school, knew the names. It's not because of mom, but it's a way to hush mom up. In my eyes, honestly, bullying mom. And I am going to say that. I don't agree with what's being done with these girls. I do not think what people are doing to these girls is right whatsoever. And but now I do see adults bullying an adult into silence, because Honestly, right now, their action has now made this even louder. And yes, I think a lot of the people who do speak up, this is me. Okay, I don't know. Let me check what you guys are saying here. But I think a lot of people who are responding right now and bullying back, some of them are the trolls. Some of them are just the trolls who love attention and love to cause hell and shit like that. Yeah. But I think a lot of them are people who were bullied themselves. And this is a way to stand up against bullying and to get even. And Christola saying adults should see this to see the impact their children could have on so many people. Yeah. And to see we need to advocate for our kids and encourage them to tell us things. And that's the thing. They have right now, they know, I hate to say it, but these parents now know what Heather was going through all those years when Heather was being abused, bullied, and abused. SA falls under abuse too. And no one would give her the voice. So now all these things continue to happen. Yeah, Heather has never, ever mentioned these names. So how is hushing her up? Hushing her up, is that really going to do anything? Okay, to stop it? No. Just because you tell Heather to stop talking doesn't mean everyone in the internet world is going to stop talking. In fact, if anything, they're going to talk even more because they see the injustice there. And when people see injustice, they speak up. It's deep in us that when we see injustice, we speak against it. But what we've got to do is figure out what is the right way to speak up about that injustice. Okay? We can speak up for Heather. We can speak up for Aubriegh. We can be their voice without becoming bullies ourselves. And that's what we need to find a way to do. Okay. Let's see, what else did we have here? It's like grow up, have a little compassion. Yeah. Okay, these parents now are seeing what it's like to have a child who feels like everyone is making fun of them and stuff like that. Okay, they need to be focused on their children right now and not to, I think a lot of this right now is, in my eyes, parents stepping up and taking responsibility from the get-go. If after that happened, the school had stepped up and said, okay, yeah, these kids need to have a suspension. They're off whatever teams they're on right now. If parents had stepped up when that TikTok was done and taken down TikToks and told their kids, no, till you learn how to use social media, no. And all, but they didn't do that. They didn't take those responsibilities. Why? Was it to enable their children? Was it, oh, we don't want to take responsibility because now we can have a lawsuit up against us? Were they scared of a potential lawsuit? Well, you know what? If you had just responded differently to begin with, we wouldn't be where we were. We have the responsibility of raising our children in the right way. Mama Jane is saying it has been 19 years since your son passed and 14 in December since your daughter passed. The pain does not go away. And that's why one thing, I've always loved about you is you're a survivor and you know where people and that empathy that you show. Okay. It makes all the difference. It has made everything here right now, the way that these parents are acting. And I will be honest, what worries me right now and does worry, and I think why the justice side is becoming, the bullying has even amped up even more, is people don't have a belief in the system over there right now. The system has never worked. These children got away with it for as long as they did. Okay. The parents are now getting away with silencing another parent. The problem is now, okay, Heather can fight for justice. The problem people see is this. Everyone is connected with everyone. Is it sealed? No problem, my dear. No problem. Okay. Everyone is connected. I literally sat there and watched a TikTok where they were going through Facebook pages and showing how these parents all know the judge. The judge all knows the parents and the lawyer and this and that and all. This is the conflict of interest in these cases now has the community at large, not just local community, but the community on the whole earth, pretty much it's developing now, starting to question whether or not Heather has any potential of just okay. Aubriegh gets justice and Heather has the ability to speak up because everyone knows everyone. And I mean, honestly, I worry about it. Do they have the ability to hear this case over there? It's nuts. And all. So some of the things, let me pull up now so we can kind of go through and get some of the actual. Hey, Smiley, how you doing, my dear? And just waking up for a trip to the bathroom. I've done that. How many of you guys put a one in chat if you've ever done the same thing? I thought I was the only one, but now Smiley has shown me I'm not the only one. I literally will wake up to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, grab my phone, and I notice someone's live, and I'm like, should I say hi? Should I not say hi? I love it. Hey, Smiley, get some good sleep tonight, my dear. And so, yep, there we go. There's the ones popping up. I love it. I'm not alone. Thank God. And so, okay, I'm gonna pull up this article real quick for us to go through because this gives us some really good. And the Sun Herald has pretty much covered this case from the beginning. It's in the location, Mississippi. They're the closest to the local that they have. Okay. It's what I shared last week, another article from them. Well, this one just came out today. It's being updated, all that. So I'm going to kind of skim through bits and pieces of it. So as we talked about, Heather posts about Aubriegh. Okay. It's like, if you guys have ever followed, I have other cases, Ashley Weigel's case. We've talked about Ashley. Ashley is the one who was essayed by her stepdad, and she herself was medically unable to fight because of what the disease she had. She could not physically stop anyone or even verbally tell them no. Okay, Ashley's mom is fighting. Okay, not going after dad. She's not focusing, or stepdad, she's not even focusing on that. What she's focusing on is making a law so no other child gets hurt in this way again. And that's what Heather was doing here. Heather was using her grief to try to help others in the same way Ashley's mom is using her grief to help others. The difference is Heather has now been silenced. Okay. The families of the alleged bullies filed for the court order. Okay. A judge silenced the grieving mother of Aubriegh on social media, but in doing so has now unleashed an army of TikTok creators, Facebook commentators, YouTube creators. I will add that right now because, yeah. And they are speaking up on the family's behalf. Social media users are sharing a link to a GoFundMe now that will help, okay, support the financial costs for this lawsuit. Okay. And as you see here, mom was a teacher there who ended up resigning because of all this. And Mama, how you doing? Okay, yeah, Jordan. Okay, it is, and that's, I look up to these mothers. I really look up to these mothers. I mean, they are doing something I don't know if I would have the strength to do. I really don't know if I'd have the strength to do what these mothers do. Does this go against constitutional rights, freedom of speech? What they're saying is that she is putting these kids in danger. The thing is, she's never used their names. She's never shared their names. How is she doing that? She speaks truth. Yes, in talking about bullying, she probably does say, yes, my daughter, okay, but she doesn't go into all that. Will do, my dear. You got it, Mama Jane. It should be because the platforms can't, yeah, and that's the problem. Maybe we need to look at some of these platforms and what's going on with the platforms. Okay, maybe we need to look at our behaviors. But going after mom, that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. By Monday morning, that GoFundMe had raised more than $76,000 for Heather's legal expenses. Those expenses are mounting as the parents of the 4 girls accused of bullying Aubriegh to her grave have filed 2 separate lawsuits against Heather. 2. Their children are the one who bullied this girl. They are the ones who did not hold their children responsible, whether it be at home or at school, in the case of someone who worked as an assistant superintendent. Yet now they want to go after and stop a mom. It does not make sense. Okay, this has further enraged social media bent on justice for Aubriegh. A number of high-profile creators on TikTok shared Wyatt's story. Okay, the Jackson County Chancery Court Judge Mark Maples, and this is where we're talking about. People are like, wait, Mark Maples happens to know this person, okay, who is a parent of this child, and this person knows this person who's. This is where all of these conflicts of interest are starting to pop up. Maples ordered Wyatt to temporarily shut down her social media accounts. Guys, you know me. Usually when I share a TikTok or a Facebook account or something, I always get it from the primary person who posted it. I don't like to go to a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy. And I had to do that this time. To get that video, okay, of mom opening up the letter, I had to do that because she's been silenced. Now, the letters and that video did not say a thing about the abusers. It was literally, you saw it when I showed it to you. There was nothing about the abuse and the harassment or the bullying there. Not at all. And love you, my dear. Love you, love you, love you. You got it. It's insane. It's so insane. And yeah, poor Heather in this. But other people are stepping up. Okay. A mobile Alabama creator with almost 13 million followers on TikTok, affectionately known as Mama Tot, looked sadly at the camera as sorrowful music played and her message was highlighted. Since Aubrey's mama can't speak for her, court ordered, I suppose we will. Right, Tater Tots? When your voice is silenced, use yours. When their voice is silenced, use yours. Smiley, thank you so much. Cassie, you gotta say hi to Smiley. Say welcome, Smiley. Welcome. Thank you so much and welcome, my dear. And hopefully you can have fun with the little puppy dog emojis. I need to make more emojis someday. That I do need to do. So, okay, another TikTok creator who goes by the handle of POPE and has 84,000 followers said in a video, they might have shut you down for a while, but they haven't shut us down. I will not stop talking about Aubreigh Wyatt and Heather Wyatt until justice is served. You can quiet her, but you can't quiet all of us, and we won't go silent. On Facebook, 24-year-old Olivia Boccaccio, I guess, announced she would be setting up a station near Interstate 10 to paint designs honoring Aubriegh on vehicle windows in exchange, and here she is doing it right here, in exchange for donations that would go towards Heather Wyatt's legal fees. She said she has also been relentlessly bullied as a child, and I think that's the thing that's going on here. So many people who are responding to this were bullied as children. And because of that, it's like, hell no, this has to stop. If this happened to me as a child, and now I'm 53 years old, and now there's a 13-year-old who has unalived herself over this, how many more? It's got to stop. Oh, thank you, Smiley. My pupper, I know it was here, right there, right there. She's a cutie pie. She's a diva. She's a definite diva. So, hey, Mama Jane, it's fine. It's fine. I just appreciate y'all because honestly, y'all helping me with the algorithm honestly does make a difference for me. And because it helps us get more viewers out there, which in the end helps us make sure people see, okay, these people's faces. Discord link for all of them. Thank you, my dear. Yep, go Mama Tot. I love that name, by the way. I do love that name. That was awesome. Thank you, Christola. And Mama is a Chris. Yep, you got it. You get it no matter what. And Aubreigh Wyatt's story spreads on social media. The comments and videos were among thousands that had popped up on social media about Aubreigh. Now, guys, how many of you had heard about Aubreigh before all this happened? Put a 1 in chat if you already knew about Aubreigh and you've been following her case and you already knew about what happened. Put a 2 in chat if her mom being shut down like this is what has led you to know about this case now. 1 if you knew, 2 if you did not. I'm sorry, these parents do not realize they've just backfired completely. Because I know from reading, and yep, there are a couple 2s popping up right now. No 1s yet. I know there are some 1s because I've talked to a couple of them. And, but you know what? These are people who never would have known about what the children had done. Those 4 girls had done if they hadn't done what they just did. And in the way, it helps because guess what now? More attention brought to bullying. And that's what we need is more attention brought to it. Often the posts are fact-based with fiction sprinkled in it, and that's a huge issue, guys. That's a problem with internet in general, guys, and we do need to deal with this. It's the same here on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, wherever. Not everything is full truth. How many times, I don't know if Seal, I know she's having problems right now. I had to keep going back to Seal and say, hey, do you know if this is true? Do you know if this is true? Okay, because I want to know I'm getting the truth on these things. Because there's a lot of stuff going out. I mean, all of a sudden today, there was all these rumors going on that one of the girls was arrested. Rumor, total rumor. But people joined it. There's one Facebook group where literally I was noticing all these teenagers are like, oh, this one bully just accepted me as a friend and all. And I'm like, guys, these are not. Okay, all these, the 4 bullies are posting tons of stuff to the funeral page on the memorial website. Chances are right now, those children are not on social media. Okay, these parents are dumb if they're letting their kids on social media right now in the middle of potential lawsuits. And, but I guarantee you this right now, there are 5 million other people out there trying, well, not 5 million, but a couple thousand people out there who are acting like them now. I literally left a message to one girl who was like, should I accept this person's, okay, one of the abusers, okay, actually, the bullies, I'm going to say abusers because to me it is abuse, okay, one of the bullies asked to be my friend. Should I accept being their friend? I'm like, that's not, no. And even if it was them, why do you want to be their friend? No. Okay, it's just, yeah, this is probably the one, Smiley. Her name's Aubreigh Wyatt. She's getting a lot of coverage right now because of what happened to her mom at this point. I probably would not be covering this right now if it wasn't for everything that's going on and how it has struck me also. Okay. Before Maples ordered her to shut down her social media accounts, Heather Wyatt was active mainly on TikTok. Unlike many commenters, she has not shared the names of the girls. And I'm hoping this page does not have the girls' names on it because I won't do it either. Okay, they are underage, and I don't think that is right to be sharing out their names right now. Okay, parents I have no problems with. Okay, if it comes down to a lawsuit and there's lawsuits there, that's public. The lawsuit becomes public knowledge at that point. Fine. But no, not the children. No. For example, okay. Oh, actually going back. For example, one TikTok creator identified Aubriegh as being from Ocean Springs, Missouri. It's Mississippi. Okay, so see, there's a lot of little things. Question what you're reading. Question. One of the greatest things, one of you out there actually, when you heard about Estefani being found, one of you actually wrote a message to me on a comment for one of my videos saying, I want to check, is this real or not? Always feel free to do that and verify. Because if I don't know, I'll find out. I'll find out. So before that happened, Heather was active on TikTok pretty much. Unlike her commenter, she never said their names. Okay, until she has not shared the names of the girls who she says bullied her daughter from 5th grade until she died September 4th, when she was at the beginning of 8th grade. 5th, 6th, 7th. She was in her 4th year of bullying. Instead, Wyatt has said she is trying to spread the awareness of suicide. And yes, I'm going to say the word. I know YouTube hates it, but you know what? It's what it is. It's the word. Mental health. Her account had built to almost 1 million followers. Those were 1 million people who knew they were no longer alone. How many of those people went there because they typed in bullying, because they were being bullied in school, and they got there and they had someone who was able to talk to them? It doesn't make sense that you would shut her up. And more than 40 million views on a video she recently found, and that's the video I shared with you of her finding the notes. Interestingly, right after that video comes out, gets 40 million views, they shut her down. Right after that. You can't tell me it's not connected. You can't tell me it is not bullying her into silence. And while Aubrey's story spread globally on TikTok, as Twitter user Hollywood87 noted, other platforms are picking it up too. YouTube. While Aubrey's story spread globally, we did that. The Aubreigh Wyatt story was pretty much contained to TikTok. I can tell you, Friday, when I went researching this, I couldn't find anything on her. I found, I think, 1 or 2 videos from her local news. That was it. Now, her name's Pip. Type in Aubreigh Wyatt. You're going to see videos now. It's happening now, and it's because of what happened, what they've done to mom. So being bullied really affects your self-esteem. Yeah, even as an adult. And that's the thing, Christine. When I looked at the one video, and it's all over your Facebook page, bingo. Where I was saying, Christine, one of the girls that they interviewed who was out picketing, I guess, okay, outside of the school right after this all happened last fall, actually talked about 10 years before she was there with her mom. The two of them had signs and all that. And she said she was bullied relentlessly at the same school 10 years before. And you could hear her voice break as she told her story. It affects you and it doesn't go away. It was pretty much contained. Then then those sued her mama, and judge decided she had to delete all her social media accounts and not speak her dead child's name. Can you see that? She literally cannot say the name Aubrey on the internet. She cannot say her own child's name. I need to verify that's true, because to me that is, and I don't know if, anyone knows for sure, because I have not been able to read the whole document yet. But I would like to know, is that true? Because that to me is, that's oh my God, to not even be able to say your child's name. She is coming up on the 1 year anniversary in a couple more months. Could you see if this is still going on at that time? And she cannot even say her child's name on the internet. Being bullied will affect you till you leave this earth. It never goes away. Some can deal with it, some cannot, and that's it. We're all at different levels of, and that's what the families of the kids are saying. Well, no, it's not the bullying that killed her. Okay, the bullying did not kill her. She unalived herself, and it's because she was depressed or this or that or whatever. And fine. She may have been depressed. She may have been fighting mental health issues. But guess what? It doesn't take much when you are being bullied relentlessly almost 4 years. You're into your 4th year. Okay, what happens to you can be that little thing that pushes you overboard. And we are not talking about little things. Like I said, essayed, okay, at one point. There's text messages and video pictures of where she had been slapped by one of these girls. Those are not just normal everyday things. No. Okay. Yeah, and no, and that's it. Yeah, it's speculation, but at the same time, girl, you're right. What does cause it? Yes, mental health is a huge part. That's why, you know what? I don't know what another person is going through in their life. That's why I'm saying right now, I don't agree with what's happening to these girls right now, because you know what? What's going to happen if one of these girls does the same thing? And is it okay because, oh, well, they were dealing with mental health issues? No, things push people beyond. And that's why I will not know. If they have made her shut down all her social media platforms, she's not able to utilize or speak, post, or communicate on any platform. And that's exactly it. Maple's order shutting down Wyatt's social media is only temporary. He will review the order at a hearing scheduled at 1:30 on July 18th, which I can tell you right now, on the internet, people are like, let's all go to the courthouse that day. I mean, could be crazy that day with the number of people who are thinking about showing up there. And it says it right there. They're planning on showing up, making signs. It is dealing with children, so these are sealed records, and that's part of what's going on. Is a lot of this stuff is sealed. The Chancery Court lawsuit was filed by the parents of the girls accused of bullying Aubriegh. A previous judge on the case, Ashley Cole, sealed all the records from public view, but a copy of Maple's order found its way to TikTok and Facebook the morning after he signed it. I would love to figure out how that got out. How did it get out? It would be very interesting to figure that one out. It is, but I can say that because I was bullied, it helped me. And that's the stuff that I'm not going to go into details with it, but I have a very, very close family friend of mine who is in her teens. And she just had to go through the feeling that she wanted to unalive herself. And she got the help. I'm so fucking proud of her right now for asking for the help. And the response I gave to her, Mama Jane, is pretty much just what you just said there. Because I was in that place at one point too, back when I was younger. And I look back on that moment as a turning point in my life because it helped make me the stronger person that I am now, but the stronger person that has empathy that so many people do not have. And 90% of the time, the click will turn on another member next. Yeah, that's actually true, Crystal. You're right. I don't know about the percentage, but yeah, because so many times they need someone else to. Christine, is there a petition? Yes, there is a petition. I don't know if anyone has it there. Come to Discord and I'll look for it if we can't find it beforehand. But there is a petition. There's a bunch of different petitions out there. But I'll see what I can do on finding and getting it out to you for sure. Let's see. The 4 sets of parents have filed the thing against them that accuses her of slander. So that's where we're going right now. Okay. That case is open and viewable. Wyatt has not yet had a chance to, so they've now got 2 lawsuits on her. Okay. One where they're trying to shut down her internet, and one for slander. But they're still forgetting she's not the one who has mentioned these kids' names. Okay. She is talking about her child who killed herself because of bullying. And the problem is, these kids have bullied enough people that people know who they are. Their actions are what led to that, not mom's actions. And Cat Mama, my husband was bullied bad, and he said he'd raise our kids to be bullies. I said, hell, you will. Bingo. Exactly. And you know what, Christola, there is I don't know if, let me see if I can, oh, never mind. The person I was just going to text me is actually texting me right now. So let's see if I get it from her. If not, there's some groups out. I don't know if that person hears me right now talking to them or not. And there is a Facebook group, but I'll be honest, the Facebook groups, the main one out there has been taken over by so many people who are into the bully the bully type thing right now, and to me that's not where my heart is. um okay, no problem. I see what happened there. I will, before we're done with this, actually, let me do this real quickly. Let me see if I can find a link for you, Christola, that has, you might have to ask for permission to get into this group. I don't know if, actually, wait, let me do this. Do you have the petition link? Okay, sorry. Okay, I just asked if she could do it. There are a couple things out there. The problem is there's so many petitions right now in this, and I want to make sure I'm giving you one that makes sense and it's not just, I mean, there's petitions to kick the kids off of sports teams, petitions to get that one dad fired from his job. There's, and you know what's happening? This is what I mean by the bully the bullier thing, and how some of the lines are going way overboard. Literally, there's issues going at this point where people are going after people's businesses, okay, as a way to get even for, okay, to get justice for Aubriegh, they're going after businesses. Okay, a business doesn't have a sign supporting Aubriegh. Okay, we're going to go after that business. It's just people are forgetting what Aubriegh was about to begin with. Okay, they're forgetting what Heather really is about. Heather is not about all of this. Okay, and in fact, if they would give her the chance to speak right now, they would probably find out that she would probably be able to calm this down better than anyone else in the world. Okay, Aubrigh's best friend's trying to calm it down, but Aubrigh's mom can't calm it down because she's been told she can't come on publicly and do anything. And so so they also have the slander, which was filed on July 2nd. The Sun Herald is not naming the parents in order to avoid identifying the minor daughters, which I get, and I give them that. Thank you all for your warm and kind, well, hey, welcome. You know what? I have to say, I love this group of people. I wouldn't want to hang out with any other group. They're amazing. They really, really are amazing. And totally love them. At schools, they'd send the bullied to counseling, but never the bullied to the. Yes, Cat Mama. Yes. Why is it that the child who's being bullied is expected to get the mental health help, and yet the one who's bullying, there's a reason why they're bullying, guys. A person does not, but we kind of just heard it a second ago. Okay, when the comment was made about how, oh yeah, my husband was bullied and wanted to raise our kids up to be bullies. That's it. There's a reason behind it. Why are we not sending the bullied to mental health issue, okay, for help? These girls had something happening. Okay, there was something. Oh my God, I just read the first bit of that, Smiley. Your husband was made to sit on a radiator at school till his tail and blue. See, people don't, that's not just growing pains. People want to say kids are kids. No. Someone who makes a child do something like that, That's not kids being kids. Okay. When you go slapping another girl, when a girl is essayed, that is not just normal growing pain. Thank you, Cristola. You are the most amazing girl. You are really the most amazing. I love having you back, my dear. And also, I will, once I get it up, I will definitely. So this here gives you a picture of mom, sister, and brother, and Aubrey. And and that's the thing. It's just awareness. And one of the things I love, there's one group that I will support. Okay, Facebook group that's amazing out there right now. And what they're doing is they're trying to find ways to support mom in a way that Aubrey would be happy about. Okay, making keychains to raise money. Okay, like this lady with, okay, painting onto the cars and stuff like these. And survivor of bullying pitches in for the Wyatts. Olivia Boccaccio or what wants to help the Wyatts if she can. She was out in the heat painting vehicles after she got off work on Sunday. Her husband Tristan stayed by her side. I have five unaliving attempts under my belt. So this is important to me. She said she was bullied from 5th through 7th grade, the same ages that Aubrey was. She was called tree hair because of her thick curly hair, along with other derogatory nicknames. Girls she thought were her friends left her out of sleepovers and other activities, giggling as they discussed their plans. That's the thing. Awesome. Thank you. I just got that. Let me pin that message. Thank you. Thank you. We are pinned. Awesome. Thank you, Cristola. Thank you. I would get left out. I would get laughed at. She started self-harming at age 13 and attempted suicide beginning at the same age and throughout her teens. But again, according to this family, unaliving and all these things have nothing to do with the bullying. That's what the families don't get. That's what a person who bullies does not get. Okay. She's 24 now, but still has self-esteem issues, body image issues, etc. I wish I had known that the only value comes from within. The bully's opinions she now sees don't matter. Shannon Brender grew up in Ocean Springs, but now lives in Mobile. Mobile. I always do that. She stopped to get her windows painted for Aubrey while working her delivery job in Ocean Springs. She said the judge started down a slippery slope when he silenced Heather. When you talk about your civil liberties, exactly what you guys said here in chat a few minutes ago, freedom of speech, I don't know how you could silence somebody like that. Oh, I love that picture with the little kid helping. And breaks your heart for Heather. I hope she's riding off on getting her emotions out that way too. Yes. Yes, because I'm sure that also helps her heal tremendously. Let's see. So yeah, so through there it's just yeah, so that's that on. Hey, Andrew, how you doing, Andrew? And that's what we're seeing more and more. Facebook pages. How can you? Okay, all of us who have been bullied here before in our lives. We were talking about that. And I got it sent there too. So anyone who's ever been bullied here, you know what it feels like. These girls are getting a taste of what it feels like. Um but in reality, that's not what I wish I could find. Give me a second. If I can find this, I'm going to try to find this real quick because this little girl that I came across that is Aubrey's best friend left a TikTok, and I have never heard a girl put something together so amazingly. Let me see if this is it. No, that's the wrong one. Let me see if I can find it real quickly, then I'll bring it up. She spoke about, okay, what's happening and everything, and I'm trying to find the right video of it because it was just amazing. She's got a lot of little videos here. Oh, come on. Okay, I think this is, yeah, this is it. Okay, I'm going to pull this up real quickly. This girl here is probably one of the most amazing young women I have ever seen. This girl's parents should be so freaking proud of the job they have done. Because in the same way, I'm going to blame these 4 girls' parents, okay, right now for some of their behavior. I'm going to also reward the parents who have done what this girl is. I mean, she's amazing. This is Aubrey's best friend, okay? She has been on, if you guys look over here, her name is actually, whoopsie, I just did it.
So I am getting...
Sorry. Her name is, it's Bailey _28. And she has been talking about Aubrey, and her, what it was like to know Aubrey, who Aubrey was, what they would talk about on their, okay, times when they just hang out, okay, how they met, all those things. Smiley. Good. Interesting. I think so many people in true crime have had a taste of bullying of some or other. We have had loved ones suffer. It brings us together. Online bullying is a whole other story. God help these kids. Yeah. Really well put together there. Okay. So yeah, no, totally. So she put this out the other day and it's 4 minutes long. So I'm sorry. I do want to play it though. I kind of fought with this because she did an amazing job addressing what's happening. And because my question that's coming up right now is this: how do we get justice for Aubrey? How do we get justice and put our foot down and say enough is enough with what they're doing with Heather? How do we do that but not cross lines ourselves? Because the sexualizing of the kids, the harassing businesses and stuff like that is wrong. And so here we go. Let's watch through this.
On here to
hopefully you guys can hear okay.
State some things about everything that's going on right now.
And she did say sorry about her fidgeting.
So I made a TikTok a few days ago about like the. Do you hear that, Sid? That TikTok? Yeah. Let's talk about it. So I made that TikTok because it was trending. It was a thing going on, blah, 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 blah. But my comments. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put some stuff out there.
What I like about what this girl does is she stops. Me, I'll just keep talking nonstop. She gets a thought out, pause. Okay, like that. It's really, really, yeah.
We are spreading up my best friend, Aubreigh Wyatt, her story so we can prevent bullying.
Bingo.
And a lot of y'all have been finding her address. First off, y'all are, I'm not even gonna, you know, it's, anyways, y'all have been finding her address, sending pizzas to her house. Y'all have been saying she's gonna bite the curb, this and that. So we're gonna speak on that. So yes, I do not like Molly Noblet. We are not friends.
Oh.
This is not like me defending.
Sorry, I said I would not say any names. If names come out here, this is part of the problem right now. The names are out there. And this is what the families don't realize. Once it becomes normal, everyone knew everyone. Okay. Again, I'm going to say, and this is what Bailey here is saying. Okay, there is correct behavior and there is incorrect behavior. Okay, and even though it looks like certain names are coming out here and all that, no, I do not, and I hope no one is stupid enough to act and bully the bully.
Defending her anyway. This is just what I believe in and what I think everybody should believe in. And I'm not saying that you should, but I'm just saying, like, yeah, if that makes sense. First off, we are trying to prevent bullying. Yes, she did some things that were wrong. Yes, all of those 4 girls did. But us doing the same thing back isn't going to fix anything, and it's not going to bring Aubrey back.
Bingo.
Another thing I want to address is, why are y'all making TikTok accounts of Molly? Yep. And they're fake. Who does that for fun? Because I really want to know. I genuinely want to know, like, if y'all want clout, y'all can just, like, go try it another way. Using somebody like that, nobody wants to be her right now. I'm so sorry. but nobody wants to be her right now. So why would you go and make another account trying to be her? Another thing I want to address is stop putting death threats on the people that bullied her.
Amen.
This is my best friend. This is not what you would want. In the most respectful way, Aubrey would not want us to go around and death threat people whenever this is what was happening to her.
Yep.
But this is worse. Yes, a lot of things that Aubrey went through were very bad. Everybody knows this. And yes, we can spread awareness and say what.
This is a 13, 14-year-old. I mean, what's coming out of her mouth, what her parents have taught her. Okay, it's just amazing. Yeah, this group of subscribers would never do stuff like that. And that's why I love you guys so much, because you guys do know what I mean. And yeah.
What these 4 girls did, but doing death threats is not something that she would want at all. I just wanted to come out here and say that because everybody is taking this too far. Yes, her story needs to be spread everywhere. I want it to be spread everywhere. I want everybody in this whole wide world to know the name Aubreigh Wyatt. But what I do not want is y'all death threatening other people because of this. Yes, what they did was absolutely wrong. And I know this. Everybody knows this. But it's not right to do the same thing back to them.
Amen. Yeah. And everything you guys are saying about her is amazing. And yeah, Christine, you did this real well. I don't understand these parents. What if it was their child that took their life over bullying? Okay. What if, because they're being bullied now, they did the same thing that Aubrey did? Okay. God, I mean, sorry, knocking on wood and all that, because no one should ever be bullied to the point where they feel like that's all they have left. Okay. I think it all starts with what happens at home. Parents need to teach their children empathy. I think empathy is probably one of the most important things we can teach a child.
Yes, they're still living. Yes, they're still breathing. And I was like that for a while. But Aubrey would not want this in any type of way at all. And also, y'all making accounts of hating on Aubrey or fake Molly Dobbins accounts, you really have the time of day to go and make shit that's not real. Sorry,
we need this girl in true crime.
You have the time of your day to go do that. Like, hello?
Yes, exactly.
This is just what I wanted to come on here and say. Nothing bad, nothing against anyone, because y'all are doing the right thing by spreading her story. Y'all are not doing the right thing by going around telling her that she's gonna bite the curb and like death threatening people at all. So yeah. Also, if anybody hasn't told you today, you are loved very much. You are loved, and if you need anything, my TikTok DMs are always open. I answer so many people a day, and I'm sorry if I can't get to you, but I'm getting there. I promise, because some days I have off days, but I am here. If anybody needs anything, I am here, because never feel like the only way out is to leave, because it's absolutely not at all. And I just wanted to come on here and say that. Also, if you don't like this TikTok, then scroll, because you're just wasting your time if you're just gonna hate on it. So
bingo.
Yeah, bye guys.
We need more kids like that. I mean, seriously. That's what we need, are more kids like that. She gets it. She gets it. She understands. I mean, we have adults who can't seem to get what this kid gets. And I wasn't initially going to show that. And then all of a sudden I'm like, it just kept popping into my head. And when you have something that keeps popping into your head, you're like, someone's telling you it needs to be shared. That's what's going on there. First of all, Mama Jane, I have not seen that, but I'm going to have to check. Is it on? Actually, let me write that down. Because I am leaving on Thursday, by the way, for my cruise, and I'm flying from Honolulu all the way to New York to catch the ship. And that's going to be an awful long flight without movies to watch. So maybe I can download that. Bully by Shinedown. Bully by Shinedown. Okay. I will have to check that out. I literally am downloading all of my Korean soaps and stuff like that right now. So, uh, isn't it outrageous to even think that people would even do anything to harm or interfere with the and in someone? Yeah, yeah, exactly. It just doesn't make sense. And she gets it. And oh, is that it? Bully by? Is it a musical group? Good question. And Mama Jane, are you talking about the Shinedown one? I'll have to take a look at that. And that I can download. Yeah, this girl, and I'm sure she probably will be getting some. My understanding is the community in general, there's a lot of voices happening in this community. Okay, geographic community. So how you doing, my dear? And yeah, and that's the thing. That girl is grieving too. If you go to her Facebook, she literal not Facebook, TikTok, and I'm gonna share her page. As you can see, I just go there and everything, but I don't think I've joined it or anything like that. Um, but she answers questions, okay, about her. So what she's doing is she's using TikTok to help with her grief and to help spread the message. The message is not these four girls are dirt or these four girls need this to happen or whatever. The message is you matter. Okay, people care about you. Okay, yes, you have people who are going to say shitty stuff to you, but you know what? There are people who truly care about you, and I'm one of those people. I'm one of those who will be there. I think for those of you in chat, I did yeah, there you go. There is her TikTok. Uh, she is just, in fact, I probably do need to, I thought I had actually subbed to her. Oh, I did. I am following her. I'm just not a friend. I followed her. So, yeah, she's really, really a special kid. She's got a lot of a future ahead of her. That's for sure. So I guess what I want to do, and maybe we come back at some point in the future and we look at what can we do as a community to support Heather, to support Aubriegh, to get the word out. Because you know what? I'm sorry. Hushing her up, silencing her is not making something good out of something horrible and tragic. And it's not helping mom heal. It's not helping to make sure there's not another Aubriegh even a week later. And all because I guarantee you there's been other Aubreighs. It's one of the things popping up in the Facebooks. People are talking, even here, we talked about our own times and incidents of dealing with bullies. So, some folks think you're crazy because you listen to hey, I've got such a wide variety of music and stuff like that. It's crazy. So I do want to thank before I log off and just a reminder, Thursday, I do leave for the cruise. Hopefully Wednesday I'll be able to do a live with Sleuth. We'll see how it goes. Because I leave Thursday afternoon, so I'm going to be madly packing. I got a lot of stuff I got to finish up, but first thing I'm going to do once I get on Norwegian Cruise Lines is I am going to be making sure I have the Wi-Fi with streaming capability. I don't know if I'll be able to stream, but I'm going to try. If not, I could definitely upload like I did last time. Now, I will make sure to go ahead and I think I've given all my memberships out for this month. But I will be posting things for everyone for sure because I love all you guys. Whether you can afford to be a member or not, I love you either way. Okay. But those who are members, I do like to say thank you because you guys don't realize those memberships do help me. They help me with the money to run the channel, okay, StreamYard, Canva, okay, being able to go out and do things. And they just help me personally, I'll be honest. And I want to say thank you. And I plan on doing, like I did last time, the Breakfast with Local My type series, where every morning I will sit down with, I've already asked them for a coffee maker in my room on the cruise ship. And the thought is, I am going to do what I did last time every morning on the lanai. And this time I am going to massacre the name of the port that I'm going to be in, because the trip, Cat Mama, 2 weeks. It is literally a 2 week cruise. And then we go from New York all the way to Reykjavik. So we go all the way. Oh, it's going to be amazing. When we get to Reykjavik, my brother, my mom, and I don't think my niece is supposed to come, but someone did not get her passport done in time. So she may not be coming. And so it might just be my brother, my mom, and I. And when we get to Reykjavik, we're staying in this small little house type thing, hotel house, whatever. And for 3 days, I think it is. And we're going to go to Sky Lagoon one day. We're going to just do Diamond Beach, all sorts of cool stuff. But the cruise itself, I've told Norwegian I have the channel, but they're not going to do anything for me. I'm too small. I'm tiny potatoes. But I do, for those of you who've never cruised, cruising's the best. I mean, this is probably like my 6th or 7th cruise. I love to cruise. It's my favorite way to vacation. So we'll see how it goes. We will see. Christine, thank you. You guys, I vibe off of y'all. I do vibe off of y'all for sure. So I love you all tons. So I will see you for sure. When I get to New York, I am spending one day in New York. I'm going to go up. I've never been to New York. And yes, I'm a theater junkie, but I'm not going to get to Broadway. I wanted to go see a show, but yeah, that's a little too much money. Broadway tickets are just a tad too expensive for me. And but I will be able to walk up and down Broadway area, so that's fine. And then we're going to go to 911 to the trade towers and all that. So good night to everyone. Thank you all for sharing with me. And I will see you later. Again, I don't know if I have it. Nope, I took it down, but don't forget to look at that picture of cute little Seraya with her mom. That was probably the highlight of my day. I love it. Yep. As Mama Jane just said there, love you all. Night, night. And remember, have I ever? No, Christine, I never have. I have a really good friend who used to live in Toronto. But I've never been. However, I will be going. Okay, hey, wait. I know I said goodbye to you guys, but I will read to you guys exactly where I'm going right now, because I don't want to do that when poor Sleuth is online with me. Here, what the heck? Oh, okay, my plans. There we go. My plans. Here we go. 5 days. It is telling me 5 days until we cruise. Come on. Where's my plans? I'm trying to pull up my plans to tell you. Okay. Kill these words. We start in New York day 1. Day 2 is at sea. Day 3, we are in Halifax, Nova Scotia. Day 4 is St. Pierre and Miquelon, which is, I guess, considered France. Then after that, we are day 5, St. John's, which is Newfoundland. Then day 6 and day 7 are at sea. Now you're in Hamilton, right beside Toronto. Oh my God, I wish someday I've got to get to that area. I so have to. Now's when I start destroying names. Day 8 is in Nanotalik, Greenland. Day 9 is Kakotok, Greenland. Day 10, we cruise Prince Christian Sound in Greenland. Then we're at sea one day. Then we're into Iceland. Day 12 is Isafjordur in Iceland. Day 13 is Akureyri, Iceland. Day 14 is Grundarfjordur, Iceland. And then day 15 is Reykjavik. Probably the only one that I did actually pronounce semi-okay. But that is the thought. And Mom and I have one room. My brother is going to probably end up with a room all by himself now, thanks to my niece probably not going with us now. Who knows? We'll find out. So, but I will be, yeah, I'm going to be going. I got to decide whether I take my laptop or not. Yeah. Leave a comment in chat later. Should I take my laptop or just depend on iPhone and iPad? There's the question of the day. So, anyhow, thank you, Christy. It's gonna be so fun. I can't. This is actually this whole vacation is meant for something for us with mom. 80-year-old mom. You don't know how many more years you have together, and this is what it's gonna be. And now, thank you, Mama Jane. I was looking for something nice and special word wise to end up on, and I think that's a perfect one. Okay, you are enough means you're great, and I love you just like you are. Aloha, love you guys, mahalo, and I will see you